and welcome to today's Speaky Card reading. Today's topic is you know, your colleagues are gossiping about you behind your back. So let's see what are they gossiping about. So for that, as usual, you have two piles, pile number one and pile number two. Now let's get started. And guys, if you like my content, then please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Now let's get started. Hello, pile one. Let's see what are your colleagues gossiping about you behind your back. Clearly, a lot of you are very deeply into spirituality. A lot of you have very natural intuitive powers about you. Maybe there was a time, or maybe even now, a lot of them basically laugh behind your back that, you know what, this is a person. Now here comes our spiritual teacher, or Miss Intuitive, or Mr. Intuitive. Because like I'm seeing a lot of people might make fun of you behind your back, but the thing is, what they accept is your intuition is very much on point. You are a person who is very intuitive, and probably you have said a lot of things to a lot of people and they later came true. That kind of intuition I can see. The moon card, you are actually, you're very creative, very intuitive, very your creativity is usually on point. That is something I can see. Intuitive, creative, going the extra mile to do, a lot of the your colleagues probably even come to you for suggestions regarding your spiritual knowledge. Like if they're going through difficult times, tougher times, a lot of you have helped them out. That's what I'm hearing. You guys have helped them out or tend to mentor them during their difficult times, like a spiritual teacher, a mentor. For a lot of you also, some of you could be having some kind of natural creative gifts, like some kind of craft you could be good at, like musical instrument playing, singing, dancing. And people appreciate that. People talk about it, that this is a person who is very naturally gifted. All right, so you have been through a phase where you felt totally stuck. So there has been sorry, since it's like the office colleague, so most of you probably have been through a in the recent past where you felt really stuck, not getting the promotions and the recognitions that you felt you deserved, and were pretty frustrated. There was a time, like, when you felt like people, especially your bosses, hate you. I'm seeing even now, probably some real big time gossips and backstabbings tend to go out. Like that happens in every, at least in most workplaces, some kind of gossip and backstabbing is the norm. But for you, I'm seeing some major situations happening, and the Queen of Swords is typically a very wise person, somebody who has felt those backstabbings, have felt that stuck energy, have felt being bound and tied. And today you have managed to free yourself from those situations. Today, like, there has been a period in your life which where in that period you couldn't make any progress, especially career wise. You guys couldn't make much progress and got pretty frustrated. But you know what, today you have come out of it as a winner, as a wiser person. I'm seeing a lot of mentoring energy. You try to mentor people around you from your own past experiences, because almost those acted like an enlightenment moments. When you are going to, when we go through tougher times, that's the time. Maybe a lot of you leaned towards spirituality when you're going through tougher times in life. So that could also be the truth, because a lot of us tend to lean towards spirituality when we are going through real difficult times, like breakups, betrayals, losing important people, grieving things, grieving situations. You tend to really feel bad. And another thing is a Queen of Swords. You are a person who is very you are somebody who is very wise, who is very balanced, who knows exactly what is right for you. And you are a person who has literally like, you can see right through people's manipulation. With a Queen of Swords energy, somebody who is very wise, is very sharp both intellectually And you could be having a very sharp tongue. I'm seeing a lot of people are pretty scared, pretty intimidated by the intensity that you bring on table with the 8 of cups. Yeah, I'm seeing some of you have had some major losses, like emotional cut off. Like maybe you felt, you thought that some people even at the workplace would become your friends or were your friends, but they actually backstabbed you, which probably made you like stuck, which kept you stuck at one situation. Like they were acting as friends in front of you and were bitching behind you, behind your back to your bosses, and which that what that created was a negative impression. That is something a lot of you had to cut friendships, or maybe you had to build better boundaries. Like I'm seeing those people even now, they try to disturb you but they can't today. You have been through some manipulative situations. That's what people gossip about, right? A manipulative situation which made your career progress nearly impossible, but you came out of it. You said emotional goodbyes, like literally you had to cut cords with a lot of those people. Once we have the idea, okay, so this is happening with us, a lot of you now have started using your wisdom to help and mentor the younger people, the juniors. That is something. You're also, what people gossip about your colleagues is you're very passionate about your work. It would probably be mostly work related, because it's all about your colleagues and your work situation or office situation, should you walk through like from an office. So what I'm saying is you are a very passionate, fiercely passionate person, somebody who is extremely dedicated and devoted to their work, somebody who has fought very hard to reach wherever they have. And I'm seeing a lot of Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, a lot of Scorpio, a lot of Pisces. You have had a lot of realization, but at the same time you have that innate passion about your work, that fire in your belly to do the extra, to go that extra mile in order to be able to achieve those things. 7 of Wands, you are a person who is extremely, like, you are a very strong, ethical, principled kind of a person, somebody for whom your ethics, like, you can today, a lot of you have, like, you felt being very misjudged, justice not being delivered to you at a proper time. Today you try to stand up against anything. If you feel like some of your colleagues being bullied, being not treated fairly, you are one of those people who tend to speak up. You are also known for being very, like, forthright, calling spade a spade, and not a lawnmower kind of a person, somebody who knows what the right thing is, and um who is extremely, uh how shall I put it, you are a person who knows what the right thing is, and you have the guts, the backbone to stand up for your belief system. Okay, the Queen of Swords twice. Okay, so this is definitely, you are a very wise person. You cannot, like, people don't dare to mess with you. That is something. Don't mess with this person. They will, if they come after you, you will be finished. You tend to intimidate a lot of people. Also, people love how good you are at gauging people. Like, you can see right through people's facade, as I said. Like, you are usually spot on when it comes to gauging people's nature and true nature and character today, because there was a time when you, like, misjudged and have been through a lot of nuisance. Like, literally your career progress had halted for like 3 to 5 years for a lot of you. All right. Okay, sorry, I've moved the camera quite a bit. Right. You know what? With this Three of Wands, guys, you are one of those people who have found success pretty late in life, and people, like, appreciate people, like, your colleagues gossip about the fact that this is a person who was not an overnight success. Outright, right out of the gate, they didn't get the success that they deserved, but they kept on pushing, they kept on working harder and harder. That is something that they really respect about you. All right, guys, first of all, if you like my content, then guys, please, please, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Your support means the world to me, guys. So if you like my content, please support my channel. Nine of Cups, you are a person who has literally managed. I repeat, you have managed to manifest a lot of the wishes and dreams and, this personal stuff which people around you, your colleagues, would also love to have. You have struggled, but you have won that battle, and not just have won that battle. I'm seeing you are now winning in life, and your colleagues are, a lot of them are envious of the material success that you have been able to achieve after going through the debacle. So that is something that your colleagues gossip about. Yeah, this is a person, some people will respect you, some people will envy you. I'm seeing a lot of people being envious, like, we wish that we had what they had, but what they don't. God, I'm so sorry. It's getting, I'm just moving my hand so much. I'm so sorry, so sorry. Right. So, they literally expect that, they don't expect to have what you have been through. They only expect to have what you're getting now. They don't want to go through the hardships that you have been put through. They only want to envy you. So stay a little bit cautious about your colleagues, some of them as well. For sure, I'm getting. Another thing is what your colleagues gossip about, that you are very good at multiple things. You're a very good multitasker. It could be like you're a terrific homemaker, at the same time very good at your work. You're very capable, or maybe you're great at two to three things even at workplace. So that kind of a situation I can see, and your colleagues really respect the capabilities that you have, that you bring on table. Three of Pentacles, you are literally the architect of your own destiny. You literally have created a better life for yourself with your own hard work. Literally, you've used you're like this Vishwakarma of your own. You're the alchemist, sorry, rather the architect of your own destiny. The alchemist is usually, the magician is the alchemist. You've used your hands. A lot of you are very good with your hands. It could be coding to cooking to being a surgeon, a doctor, a dentist, to like anything, a painter, a writer, code writer, content writer, story writer, author, anything. But what I'm seeing is you guys are very good with your hands. And you guys, a lot of you have self-taught people and have worked very hard, very, very hard to reach wherever you have. The Star card, you are a person who has literally, I'm seeing, like, seriously and literally, you're getting a lot of limelight. A lot of you have had some promotions, like something that none of your colleagues had, and they didn't anticipate that you would have it. So I'm seeing like you are getting a lot of, like, people are talking about you a lot because there's a lot of limelight falling on your face. So you are shining brightly. No matter how hard they tried to pull you down, they just couldn't. You are also being seen, like a lot of your colleagues would absolutely love to date you. You are a complete arm candy. That's what they feel about you. Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. You are a person who has literally managed to transform their gifts, who has literally managed to shape shift into something or somebody who, like, 3 years back, I'm seeing a lot of you were pretty people pleasers, scared people, not very confident, not self assured at all. And today you have become all of this, a lot more, like not a people pleaser, absolutely self assured. People don't dare to mess with you, that kind of an energy I'm seeing. And that transformation is something that your colleagues gossip about. Cat, typically you have become way more self-reliant, independent. It's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over dependency on others. Exactly, you are today a person who has managed to strike out on their own. You have managed to totally become totally self reliant. And there was a time when you would need other people's shoulder to cry on. Today, you have become a shoulder for a lot of those people who are struggling today. You have become the mentor figure for them. You tend to stand up for them, if that makes sense. And your colleagues really appreciate that as well. Not everybody is planning and plotting against you. That's that conspiracy theory is not the thing. The thing is, there are some people who are acting as friends even now, but they are bitching behind your back. So be a little bit careful about that part. All right, roadrunner, keep your sense of humor and don't take things too seriously. What your colleagues really like about you is, even during the most stressful time period, you tend to manage to keep your sense of humor intact, because you probably tend to laugh and joke, because for you that becomes very important, because your sense of humor is something that keeps you moving ahead, that keeps you running in your life. Communication is key for you. For a lot of you could be Geminis, and you guys probably are very good like orators and mentors, because you tend to speak really well, very articulate, very eloquent people. And your presentations are also very good. If it's an office job, your presentations are fantastic. Like, people notice you for your presentations. That's something that I can see. High priest, intend and create. You are a person who is really, you are creating something. Like, you are a person who has literally created their new life with the intention that they had set. Literally today, wherever you are, like 3 2 3 years back, you couldn't even imagine, but you did. Like, people around you couldn't imagine. So you are a fantastic manifester. Your manifestation capabilities are superb, and that's what I can see. Like, people are gossiping about, your colleagues are gossiping about, that this is a person whose manifestation capabilities are superb. Lord, take charge with authority. You are a person who literally tend to take charge of a situation. You are a natural born leader. Yeah, your gossips about you, the colleagues you're making are, this is a person who is extremely authoritative, who is a natural born leader. People really like your leadership, especially people who are juniors to you. They love the way you literally tend to walk the talk. Like a true leader, you tend to walk the talk, and like you tend to be very inclusive about your approaches, meaning you tend to take everyone along with you ahead, forward, and not leave behind anybody. Shield maiden, make plans and focus. You are a very focused person. You are a very focused, very driven and focused person. Somebody, you're, a lot of you could also be Virgos and Capricorns, because or maybe you can uh, you can have this qualities of having a schedule, maintaining a routine, especially a Virgo, maintaining a routine, very regimented, very like, if they know what they are going to do, they will just put their 100% there and not look anyways. That kind of focus I can see in a lot of you. You guys are very dedicated. Yeah, your colleagues, even those who are jealous of you, they would also accept that you're very committed, very dedicated, very focused, disciplined, regimented. Take time to breathe out. Yeah, your colleagues gossip about you being a complete workaholic. A lot of you, for you, eat, sleep, drink, your work is what you do. Literally, eating, sleeping, and drinking your work. You are good enough. You are a person, Virgo can be significant, that you are a person who is more than good enough. You are a person who is like, I know you're good enough. Like, you have that self assurance about you, and secondly, people around you find you to be very resourceful, somebody they can lean on to, very reliable. Yeah, share your voice. So your voice, your speeches, these things are repeatedly standing out. Your wisdom, with two Queen of Swords coming out, you being able to spot the narcissists and manipulators very easily, those things are coming out. Also, sharing your voice. Share your voice. This is very important. You are a person who has literally managed to share their voice with the world. You are a person who has literally, you're known for your oratory skills. You are known for your um, what do you call it, speaking abilities. You could be very good public speakers, you could be very good leaders, you tend to motivate people very well. These are the gossips, like these are real good qualities actually, I can see. And your colleagues respect, especially I'm seeing a lot of your juniors tend to look up to you. For a lot of you, probably you don't even know that you have said something to them, and you might tell me that, you know what, I haven't mentored them. No, maybe officially you haven't, but you have given them some suggestions which they have applied, and they were really helped by those, and they are very grateful. That is something also I'm seeing. A lot of your juniors and people who look up to you. Stand your ground. Yeah, you are a very strongly ethical person, principled person. Your principles are very strong. Like, you try not to be like, you genuinely believe that once you start backing off, then your back would be eventually against the wall, and you will not even be able to do anything you want to do with your life. Warrior, be fearless and strong. Stand strong. Yeah, you are being seen as a person who is very courageous, fearless, strong, very efficient, somebody who knows, like, these are my priorities. And if you have to, even if you have to take on the higher power, like higher authority, in order to prove your point, you're willing to do that. Like, if you feel like something is missing, something you need to say, you just say it. Also, a lot of bold decisions you have made in your career, I'm saying. And people because they have, like, some of them have failed, some of them have massively paid off, and that is something that people talk about. Son, enjoy success and happiness. A lot of you are literally enjoying a lot of success and happiness, thanks to, like, you guys are at last enjoying the limelight after a lot of struggle. That's what people gossip about, my dear pile number one. That, you know what, this is a person who has faced a lot of politics, a lot of office politics, a lot of nonsense. They've battled all that, they have been very courageous, and now they are getting their dues. That's what people gossip about. Yeah, Summers. And a lot of you have either gotten a promotion or a pay hike, or your business, after being sabotaged for a long time, at last it is taking off, for after months of hard work. And something of that sort. Or if you haven't yet gotten that, like, then you're about to get it. You didn't get it as of now, then you're about to get it in next 2-3 months. Something is changing, some upgradations, a lot of limelight. A lot of you are becoming like mentor figures in leadership positions. Those are the things I can see. Elk, stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. You are a person who is also very graceful. Somebody, like, people are really jealous of the kind of a persona you have. That is also I can see. Like, people try to pull you down, but the amount of grace and confidence you have, they are like, my goodness, what is this person made up of? People literally, even your, like, detractors, they are actually your fans, and that they literally wish they had what you have. All right, Clover, release your guilt. You are a person who has at last managed, like, you are a person who has been through a certain situation where you literally felt like, you know what, I'm gonna give up. There was a time when you only used to please others and would say yes. You know what, as they say, when you're saying yes to other people too many times, you're saying no to yourself too many times as well. Today, and you would feel guilty if you said no, but today you try to say no to them. Protest, start a revolution. You are a revolutionary. You are somebody who is a revolutionary in a way. You are somebody who tend to protest no matter what. I'm seeing you being somebody who is protesting, who is standing up, who has the guts and the courage to stand up against things that are happening to them. Mirror, treat your body like the palace it is. You are a person who, also what I'm saying is, a lot of you have suffered from body issues, or maybe image issues, image consciousness, or maybe imposter syndrome. And today you have at last, like, self acceptance, self realization. I think these are the greatest form of self love. No matter what, you are a plus size person, your nose is crooked or your teeth are crooked, it's all right. Still prioritize yourself, it doesn't matter. if that makes sense. So you have, like, it could be like, maybe I'm giving a pretty shallow example, but I hope the message is being delivered, and I literally can see you being one of those people who literally have at last managed to accept themselves for who they are, unplug and relax for a spell. A lot of you, literally, your colleagues gossip about that you don't really take a rest, you don't really relax, you are a workaholic. Probably you love what you do. You can work for 16 hours and not complain, not sleep and work and not complain. Excuse me, but that is something that your colleagues literally gossip about, that this is a person who is a workaholic by nature. Gold, you don't need someone else to fix you. Exactly. I'm saying that you are one of those people who is like, I'm seeing a lot of people actually praising you, a lot of people, a lot of admiration, genuine admiration behind your back. That is what I can see. I'm sensing, like, mostly people think like you don't even understand how much you bring on table. That's what I can see. All right, guys, I hope you have had some clarity over your situation. Guys, if yes, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Guys, your support means the world to me. I'm trying to restart my channel properly. So if you support my channel, that would be awesome. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, hello, pile two. Let's see, what are your colleagues gossiping about you but behind your back? Clearly, first of all, the Fool 2 card. You guys are people who are pretty wise in nature. You know what? You have failed earlier in life and have gotten wiser. Remember, a fool too has always been a fool once upon a time to come and reach to this position. Yeah, you know what, you've made a lot of progress with this Chariot card. Typically, I'm getting the messages of having a lot of progress in one's life. You have progressed a lot, you have come a long way in your life. And sorry, what I can see is, you guys, what your colleagues gossip about is, this is a person who has been through a lot of challenges and have learned from them, and has gone ahead in life, learned, developed, developed wisdom, and had like gone ahead in life, have done way better in life after, like, they have learned their lessons, and then they have applied those lessons and have gone ahead in life. This is a person, Knight of Swords, who is like, you know what, this is a person who is very fierce, very forthright. With their own zeal and efforts, they have created a life for their own selves. Your colleagues also gossip about you being a very self-reliant, self-made kind of a person who has literally created their own identity with their own efforts, and is a very, even now you're very fiercely, our Knight of Swords in this arena is also somebody who is like, a lot of you could be in your late 30s and still have the energy and enthusiasm regarding your work like a 20-year-old. That you're very enthusiastic, very motivated, you know what your priorities are, and you don't really care like if others are judging you. You just try to put into action things which are important to you. A lot of you are a multifaceted talents, or are very good at multitasking. Both can be true, or either of the two are true. That this is a person who is very multifaceted, multidimensional, somebody who can do a lot of things, get a lot of things done simultaneously in life. That is also true for a lot of you. You have been a very brave risk taker. Maybe some of you have had some kind of an entrepreneurial journey which has given you a lot of success. Or maybe I'm getting some of you being like serial entrepreneurs on the side, like you kept your day job and then did your serial entrepreneurship on the side, and you took some bold steps there, very brave. Like you already had a settled job. Some of you probably, after your side hustle took off a little bit, you gave up on your like very well paying settled job to do what you're doing today. So Those kind of situations can be seen, and your colleagues are gossiping, they really find it encouraging and motivating that a person, after a lot of success in one career, a lot of you probably have had multiple careers, like you have been fairly successful at one thing and then jumped into another thing and got success after the initial failures. That kind of a thing can also be seen. Also, what I can see is, yeah, with this Eight of Swords, okay, you have literally, okay, the Tower moment and the Eight of Swords, a lot of you have felt backstabbed or the rug being pulled from beneath you, but you, like, you have faced some major debacles, especially in your career. Major debacles, like job being taken away, maybe you switched your jobs and then things started to go downhill, and from there you recovered your career, you literally had to salvage your career, a lot of you had to restart. Maybe in your 30s you restarted your career. Lot of you have been through that nonsense. Not nonsense, that's a very serious trouble, I'm sorry. That's a serious trouble to face, and that's a serious problem. Whoever has faced it, they will attest to it. A lot of you have had some major tower moments in your career, like you felt so insulted, or maybe you were just led off without any prior notice, nothing, and you were just laid off just like that. Those kind of situations were there. Six of Wands, you are a person, what people gossip about is you are a very ambitious person, somebody who is very ambitious. Excuse me, who is very determined, focused. You have achieved quite a lot, but you still have the zeal of a 20-year-old to get the best out of your life, to get your best, like getting your best work, like giving your best, energy and effort. That kind of a mindset you have. All right, guys, up till now, if you have followed my content, if you like my content, then guys, please, please, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Guys, your support means the world to me. I'm trying to restart my channel, so if you like my content, please, please, please support my channel. Thank you. Okay, clearly what your colleagues gossip about you is you are a very self-made person. Today I'm seeing most of you have a stable position, visibility. For a lot of you, you guys are getting the promotions, like for a lot of you, you deserve that promotion 5 years back, but today you're getting it. You're getting the visibility at last, but this is where the things get really a little bit dark. That, you know what, you have literally created your own way, but even now, like, it came at a lot of cost. You had to pay a lot of cost, but that have made you way wiser. But that could not take away the fire in the belly that you had. You're very ambitious, extremely driven. A lot of you, literally, you can literally eat, sleep, breathe and drink your work. That kind of a scenario I can see. Yes, and your colleagues gossip about it because they wish that they could be as passionate about their work as you are. You're a fiercely competitive life. Like, seriously, some of you are probably in your late 30s to 40s, and you can energetically, enthusiastically, you can compete with a early 20 person, guy or a girl, whatever. The gender doesn't matter here. You are so competitive. Today also you can compete, you have that energy, that enthusiasm, like, I got to hit those targets, I got to do what I got to do, I badly need to hit those targets. That's how you feel, and that is something that your colleagues gossip about. Like, this is a person who has not lost their enthusiasm towards life, towards different, like, in spite of facing a lot of nonsense, they have not lost their enthusiasm for life. That's what your colleagues gossip about. They also feel that you're a very strong, resilient, very persevering, very determined, strong, dedicated, determined kind of a person. Somebody who knows exactly, like, how difficult a thing can be, yet they take up that project and execute it to the best of their abilities, if that makes sense. You are one of those people where to whom the toughest projects tend to go to. That is something that I can see. Seven of Swords, you are a person who is also very, you are also like you look at life like a chess game. You are also very calculating. You have become more calculating. Actually, what your colleagues gossip about is, this is a person who has learned from their past failures and have now become way more calculating. Like earlier, you would probably say anything to anybody without thinking much and would later face the consequences. Today, or like do certain things which were like not very well thought out, but people would make something else out of it and you had to face consequences. Today you have become way more calculating. Before taking one step you think twice, and people notice that about you, and people, literally your colleagues gossip about that as well. Six of Pentacles, you are a person who is very compassionate, very nurturing, also very giving, kind. A lot of you are known for your donations and charities, those charity functions at your office and at your workplace, and you are one of those active participants. Secondly, you are very kind to your juniors and freely. You have a lot of knowledge. You are a very knowledgeable person also. People, like, first of all, with this card, you're a very knowledgeable person and you have no problem sharing your knowledge for free with others. That is something that people gossip about, your colleagues gossip about. Yeah, some major upgradation in your lifestyle, like your world. A lot of you will be traveling frequently, maybe had a transfer, had to move to different side of the country, different part of the world. Maybe you have to travel frequently. You are getting a very exhausted lifestyle but not complaining. That's the thing I'm getting. Like, this person is today living a very exhausting lifestyle, but they don't really seem to complain about that, if that makes sense. Yes, that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, you know what, your colleagues are also seeing that this person is at last living a very fulfilling life, very, milk and honey type of fulfilling lifestyle. Nine of Pentacles is a person who knows what is right for them, and they know what they're deserving of, and accordingly they are playing the game of their life. For you, literally, life has become a chess game. You tend to wait for your turn. When the iron is hot, I need to hit it. That kind of a mindset has come over you. you know a time for healing. People understand that you have been really badly, you felt defeated, dejected, drained, literally, and you fought right back. A lot of you are probably very much into meditation and contemplation. Pisces can be significant, 12th house can be significant. Meditate and life in quiet contemplation are a key to this success. Like, for you, you literally, when you are going through difficult times, you chose to ground yourself. You chose to totally, put your roots down and not bother about what others are saying. Instead, do what you feel is right for you to do. The age of light, you are like this age of light. You are like this ray of light. You have a very positive aura. You have a very positive vibes about you, very positive. There's something I'm finding very positive about your personality in general. You are a very positive person, very motivating kind of a person. Your presence can be very motivating to a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. Like, people tend to feel like, a lot of those disturbed people, like those who are feeling like, not fulfill at workplace. That happens pretty often these days, this competitive situation. And that is something that you tend to deal with very well. Like, you tend to give very good suggestions to these people. Yeah, you're very empathetic, extremely grounded. A lot of Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, Capricorn, earth and water sign combinations I can see mostly. Very much into Cancer, Taurus, very, very soothing persona, very high vibrational frequency. Like, you have a very hectic lifestyle, but you do not lose your calm. You are not frustrated and exhausted because of that. You try to put in the work to get maximum done out of it. Medicine guardian to be Be open to healing information. Yes, you have a very healing cathartic effect. You might be, first of all, you might be a therapist, a counselor by profession, a healer, a doctor, medical doctor, a dentist, a nurse. Also, your presence has a very healing effect on a lot of people, on loads of people. I can see your presence has a very healing effect. That is something I can see. Shift in your perception. I'm seeing like a lot of you, there is a change in the way in which people perceive you. People are perceiving you as somebody today, like, earlier probably people will take you more lightly, your opinions were not taken seriously, but today you have reached a position of power. I can see with this crown, what I'm seeing is you have a position, a power today, and people have to listen. You have an authoritative position, I'm seeing, and people of course look up to you, gossip about you whole. Yeah, people also call you a visionary. You have a very, like, if it's your own company, you have a vision, like 5-year targets, 10-year targets, and all such stuff. If you are like somebody who is, how shall I put it, if you are a person who knows exactly where you want to be at 5 years from now, like you have a vision for yourself, you have a very clear goal, clear vision about where you want to be. That's something that people gossip about, that this is a person, in spite of facing so many odds, they never gave up. They still have excuse me, their ambition in place. They still have their vision and ambition in place. Camel, trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. You are somebody who is being seen as a very resourceful person, somebody who knows exactly what is right for you, and they do not have problem to get through the resources. You are somebody who is extremely persistent, very persevering, and very, very resourceful. And that is something that people gossip about. End of a tough cycle. You are a person who is, you know, end of a tough cycle. Capricorn can be significant. You are a person, people understand that you have been through tough situations in life, very tough. Like especially I'm seeing career tower moments coming, and end of a tough, okay, the tower moments and end of tough cycles. All right, congratulations, pile 2. You guys have successfully come out of the tower moment situation and have established yourself for sure. And people are literally those people who are your biggest like who would criticize you the most, your biggest critics, sorry, they are the ones who are lauding you, lauding your efforts, lauding your the newfound success and happiness. Peacock, let yourself stand out and be noticed. Exactly, you are getting noticed a lot, you're getting picked up a lot. Like people are noticing that this is a person who is succeeding. When you are succeeding in life, people generally tend to notice you a lot more. That's a sad reality, that's how life is for all of us. And you are going through that golden era right now, or you're about to enter that golden era journey. Daughters of our mother, walkers of the unknown, take with you on this journey all that you own. Literally, you have created your own path. You are being seen. People really gossip about how big a self-made person can be. You are such a self-made individual. You are a person who is extremely self-made, somebody who never really depended on others for anything in life, and have created every sort of thing with their own self efforts, unbound. Literally, also what people notice is, in spite of life throwing such curve balls at you, you are not a bitter person. You have not gotten bitter. You have not become jealous. Oh, they got things easily, I got it way tougher, those kind of things. No, you have literally cut cords. You have literally successfully managed to cut cords with your past and have moved ahead in the future. You have successfully done things which people didn't expect from you. You are not a bitter person. You do not carry the baggage of your past. You have taken the lessons and have successfully moved on. That, my dear pile number 2, I call a success, and that is something that has happened. Tiger, you are being called upon to provide leadership. So trust that you're capable of doing so. Tiger, people see you as a born leader. People see you as somebody, or today you are getting a leadership position. Probably there was a time while people actually question your capabilities. Those people who question your capabilities, probably this is not a person right for the job, maybe for being a CEO or a team lead or whatever, like some kind of a leadership, very visible position. Today, now that you're executing that with Elan, they are they are the ones who are surprised, and they are the ones who are lauding you. Rattlesnake, the experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. A lot of you could be naturally healers, like into spirituality, could be into therapy, counseling, some kind of a doctor, into the medical field, a naturopath. Naturally, you could be that way, or maybe you could be a very good speaker and a mentor figure. Like, a lot of those people tend to have very cathartic presence. You could be one of those as well, and people gossip about it. Your colleagues tend to notice, because I'm seeing a lot of those people who are going through difficult times tend to flock to you for suggestions. That's what I'm saying. And you tend to give them very practical life lessons. Spider, what a wild web we weave, dear child, a delicious mystery untamed. Spider, you are a very mysterious person. You are a very, very mysterious person. I can see you have shrouded yourself in a complete cloak of mystery. Be bold and make the first move. You are a person, I'm saying, like repeatedly, you guys have been very bold. You have taken some major bold decisions in your life, which your colleagues tend to gossip about, like major, maybe change of company from one good paying job to a startup, some major, and you have faced the consequences but have picked yourself and have started moving ahead. So you have literally rewritten your own life story, your career. A lot of you, as I said, restarted your career in your 30s and 40s and are doing pretty decently now. Surround yourself with love. Literally, a lot of you are not that social people. You have probably 3 4 people whom you trust, because there was a time when you felt literally can't trust people anymore, kind of a situation. From there, like, people really, like, there is an essence of mystery around you. Yeah, wild wave we weave, that one was also there. So you're very mysterious. That is what your colleagues gossip about. Very mysterious. Take control of your own narrative. Yeah, you are no longer a people pleaser. Paint the sun back into your sky. You have become the sun in your own life. The sun is the life giver for our planet. So you have become that person in your own life. You have become, like, you have at last managed to embrace the message of self love. All right, Linus, you have earned all your stripes. What I'm seeing is you are a person whom people would literally call a lion or a lioness. A lot of you could be Leos. What I'm seeing is, you guys literally have been through so much. You have been scarred, but you didn't let that deter you from doing what was right for you to do. All right, guys, if you like my content, I hope you have had some clarity over your situation. If yes, guys, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Namaste.